Okay, so we're going to start in a seated position. So kneeling if it's comfortable for you. You can always kneel on a block, or I've got a blanket. I'm just going to put kind of on the rest between my bum and where my heels meet. So just in a nice tall spine seated position. And perhaps bring the left hand onto the heart space, right hand onto the belly. Just for a moment, just notice natural breath. So perhaps as face starts to soften, let the shoulders be soft. And then if it serves you, closing the eyes or softening the gaze. So we're here in our seated position. Nice tall spine, crown of the head to the sky. Left hand on heart, right hand on belly. And let's take a couple of deeper breaths now. So breathe in through the nose, really feel it fill up the belly. Breathe out through the mouth. Sigh, and you might feel the chest draws in towards you, or the belly does. Take two more like that. Nice deep breath in. Breathe out. And one more in your own time. Gently blinking the eyes open. And we're going to release left hand down and bring right hand so that it's kind of in front of your face. So just going to work a little bit on nasal breathing. This is like kind of a simple way that I teach you in yoga teacher training. So you breathe in through the nose, and it's as if your hand is a mirror and you're trying to steam it up with that kind of like motion that you do on the mirror. So breathe in through the nose. Breathe out as if you're trying to steam it up. Take a couple more like that. Well, keeping the shoulders soft. And now to kind of capture more of what our Ujjayi breath, or our, it's called oceanic or victorious breath. We can take the hand away. We imagine that we're doing that, but we close the lips. So you take a breath in through the nose. You breathe out through the nose. And you might feel that it kind of caresses into your throat. So it's a warming breath. If you feel like you do get too warm throughout the practice, then you can absolutely pause, take a couple of deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. But we kind of say nose for breathing, mouth for eating. So nasal breathing has so many benefits, one of which in the practice is it's more expansive, it's deeper breath. So let's tip our way forwards onto hands and knees. Support your knees if you need to with a blanket or anything else that you have. Spread the fingers and find your way into what works as a tabletop for you. As we breathe in, belly drops, heart opens. As we breathe out, we push the hands to the earth, spine arches to the sky. So warming up the spine with a couple of cat-cow positions. Just continue that with your own breath. Notice whether your nasal breathing is a little bit more tricky, like if you've got any allergies or a cold, then you might kind of be like, that's impossible. So absolutely do what works for you. Let's start to change the movement slightly. We tuck the toes onto the mat. As we breathe in, we bring the weight forward, shoulders come slightly over the wrists. As we breathe out, we push the seat to the heels, get into the soles of the feet. Take a couple more like that. So work into the rhythm of your own breath. Next time the seat is back towards the heels, take a nice deep breath in to prepare you. As you breathe out, we start to lift the knees, shift the seat up towards the sky, place the feet with intention as you come into your first downward facing dog. Do what you need to do there. So if you feel like you want to settle into stillness there, go for that. If you feel like, I just need a wiggle and a stretch here, then go for that. Come back to that nasal breath. As we breathe in, it gives us room for a bit of expansion. As we breathe out, it gives us space to just relax slightly into our position. Let's start to shift the gaze forwards. Maybe you soften the knees. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, walk, step or jump the toes towards the backs of the wrists. Feet maybe hip distance apart. Breathing in, slide the hands up towards the knees. Find length through the spine, the legs, the arms. As you breathe out, bend the knees, soften into your forward fold, tuck the chin to the chest. Either stillness or semi-stillness greets you there. Or maybe you have a little bit of a sway, ragdoll. Let's meet in a ragdoll position. So catching hold of elbows or forearms, push down through the feet, lift the gaze, start to breathe in and lift the arms with you. So the arms are coming all the way up above the head. We might need to slightly adjust the position. Breathe in deeply when we get there. So really stretching up through the armpits, side body. As you breathe out, take it over to your right hand side. Push the left hip away. Keeping the chest, the throat, the face open. Your next breath in, let's come back to center. And as you breathe out, take it over to the other side. With your own breath, just one more on each side. When you return to center, take a breath in. And as you breathe out, rotating the wrists as you bring the arms down. Maybe have a little shake out of the feet, of the arms, whatever you need in general. And make your way towards the top of the mat. So whether you take Samasthiti with the feet together, whether you go a bit wider with the feet, do what serves you. Let's inhale, lift the hands up towards the sky, turn the palms forwards. As you exhale, soften the knees, flow down to the ground. Inhale, slide the hands up towards the knees as you take your halfway lift. Exhale, soften the knees, fingertips or palms to the earth. Step your right foot back, drop that knee down. Release the foot. Nice deep breath in, we sweep the hands up. As you breathe out, just settling into your lunge position. One more breath. Breathing in, reach through the side body. Breathe out, bring the fingertips down to the ground. Take a breath in, lift that back knee. As you breathe out, step the right foot forwards. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, forward fold. And as you inhale, expand the arms wide, lift the body all the way up. Join the palms and let the hands come through the heart space and be released into Tadasana. Nice deep breath here. Let's take the other side. Breathe in, sweep up. Breathing out, folding forwards. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Stepping our left foot back. Drop the knee down, release the foot. When you're ready, push down through the right foot. Breathe in to reach into your lunge. Breathe out to give yourself that little bit of settling and a breath here. Inhale, push down to lift up. Exhale, bring the fingertips or palms down to the ground. Tuck the back toes, lift that back knee, and this time we stride back into our plank position. So plank of choice. We're going to hold it there. Could be on the knees. Shoulders draw back. We're tight around our abdominal region, the core of the body. Pushing the heels away maybe. If we're on the knees, we could lift the toes to the sky. Dropping the knees down to the ground. Let's take a breath in, shift the body weight forward. So we're kind of here at the beginning of the practice. Breathe out, lower down. Tops of the feet meet the earth. Press through the hands. As you inhale, roll the shoulders back. As you exhale, release back down to the ground. So really feel like you're squeezing upper body in between the arms. Push down through the hands. You might engage through the bum cheeks, the knees. Take a breath in, start to lift up. Breathe out, release. I'm going to take one more baby cobra. When it's there, breathe in, lift in the chest. Breathe out, release down. Tuck the toes, press through the hands, push the seat back towards the heels. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, let's meet back in our downward facing dog. You can always meet in tabletop if you prefer. Again, might be stillness, might be movement, might be mixture. Nice deep breath in. Perhaps you start to shift the weight of the body forwards. As you breathe out, drop the left knee to the earth, stride the right foot forwards. So we're in our low lunge position. Fingertips or hands to the earth. Let's lift that back knee and really push that back heel away. So we're in our lizard lunge here. Steady breath. And then step that right foot back in towards your body. So you're going to need to listen to the body a little bit here. We turn and come onto the outer edge of the left foot. We turn the right toes to the long edge of the mat. Lifting the right fingertips up towards the sky. We're in our twisted plank. So outside edge of left foot, right foot turns to long edge of mat. Breathe in there. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, turn the body back to center. Drop that left knee down. You'll find yourself back in your lunge position. Breathe in, reach the fingertips up. Breathe out, open over that right side into your twist. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, hands down to the ground. Lifting that back knee as you breathe in, stepping into downward facing dog or into tabletop as you breathe out. Just checking in with the breath again here. Take a breath in. As we breathe out, we're shifting the weight of the body forwards, dropping that right knee down, stepping the left foot forwards. Fingertips or palms to the earth, or if you've got blocks, that's fine. Lift that back knee. See if you can just gently push the heel away. So see how that feels in your hamstring, in your calf. Step the left foot closer in towards your own body. Turn onto the outside edge of your right foot. Let the left toes turn to the long edge of the mat. Lifting the left hand up towards the sky. Lovely. Steady breath. Take a breath in. Breathe out, turning back to center. Let's step our way into our downward facing dog. Inhale as we come forwards into plank. Exhale as we make our way down to the ground. However you do it. Inhale as you open through the heart space. Exhale back into downward facing dog. Last one. And we're going to take 5 deep breaths. So notice whether it's nasal breathing, absolutely fine if you need to take a deep breath in through the nose and just kind of out of the mouth. Start to bring the body weight forward, hover the knees down onto the ground. Let's return to our thunderbolt, our seated kneeling position. If you need to, grab something, pop it under the seat or between the legs. If that just isn't comfy, that's fine. Find a position that is. Left hand on the heart space, right hand on the belly. Just take a moment. So perhaps checking in with the beat of the heart. Feeling the rise and fall of the body and the belly. Check in with the breath. So the stiller we can be in body, the quicker the breath will start to slow. And let's release the hands. And we're going to come forwards into a dolphin plank position. So you can either interlace the fingers and kind of leave the baby finger out so that you've got a nice flat surface. Or you could bring the hands down onto the earth. If we're bringing hands to the earth, we want to like stick with shoulder width apart. The wider you go, the more you're going to collapse. So take it slowly. Extend the feet back behind you. Absolutely an option to place the knees down. Another great way to practice it is placing the soles of the feet onto a wall. Elbows are nicely at shoulder width. Shift the gaze forward slightly. So head is looking down towards the hands or the center of the palms. Breathing in. Breathing out. It's tough, but maybe you can soften the face, even draw the shoulders away from the ears. And it's real energy, of fire, of heat, of summer. Take one more breath in. One more breath out. Drop the knees to the earth. Bring the knees together or take them apart. Seat comes to heels. Maybe the arms come down by the side of the body or the hands extend forwards. We'll counterpose that with Balasana, our child's pose. Take a nice deep breath in. Maybe this time, breathe out of the mouth. So counterpose in a physical way, but also in a kind of elemental way. So this is more of a watery position, a cooling position. And then nice and slowly, just start to bring yourself up. And we're going to meet in a seated position, knees bent, soles of the feet to the earth in front of us. So the heels and the knees won't quite be in line, which is absolutely fine because they're going to make their way in line shortly. You're going to bring the hands down onto the earth behind us, fingertips point in. So just be really mindful if you have any wrist sensitivity here, how hard you're pressing and how high you're lifting. Take a breath in, draw the shoulders back. It's like we're bringing the shoulder blades together. As you breathe out, push down through the hands, start to shift the seat towards the heels and lift the hips to the sky. Keep a nice control of the neck. Let's breathe here. Reverse tabletop. Inhale when it's there for you. As you exhale, lower down. Just gently cross the legs. Breathe in, lift the heart space forward, draw the shoulder blades back. Breathe out, chin to chest, push the spine away. So just take 2 seated cat-cow in between, another one in your own time. And then prepare for that second tabletop position. So feet to the earth, fingertips point in towards you. Press down through the feet, through the hands, take a breath in, draw the shoulders together, open the heart. As you breathe out, lift the seat, lift the hips. Breathe here. Take a breath in when it's there. Breathe out, lower yourself down. And then we're going to come all the way down to the earth and meet in constructive rest. So feet step wide, knees knock inwards. If you've got the space, let the arms come out nice and wide. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, let the knees flop over to the right side. So just let them fall how they fall. You'll get a nice stretch on inner and outer thighs. Take a couple of breaths there. That next breath in, guide the knees back to touch in that inverted V. And as you breathe out, drift them over to the other side. Again, just see if you can kind of let them fall there. If it doesn't feel comfortable, absolutely change it. And then come back to center. Step the feet out to about, into about hip distance, I should say. Bringing the arms down by the side of the body. And we're going to move into a couple of bridge positions here. So the heels can come closer into the seat. You don't have to be able to touch your heels. In fact, sometimes if you can, that doesn't necessarily work to the strength because your knees might overshoot them when you lift. So you're going to have to kind of feel that out. Head and neck just stay where they are. So nice and careful with head and neck. When you're ready, push down through the feet, a little bit of a push down through the hands and the arms, and start to lift the hips up towards the sky. It may just be a little pelvic tail. It might be that you're lifting up. Next time you breathe out, with slow control, let's bring the spine down. We're going to take one more like that. When you're ready, breathe in, lift up. Let's take a breath there. Breathing out, we roll down. So perhaps completely up to you here. You just continue like that, rolling up and down through your bridge. Perhaps you lift the hips and you have an option that you're working on. So it could be tucking the shoulders under, clasping the hands. It might just be pushing the hands into the earth and holding it. So make sure it's safe. Make sure that you feel steady working on this. Whilst you're there, can you come back to that focus on the nasal breath? So that Ujjayi breath. In through the nose, out through the nose, kind of feeling it caress down the throat. Maybe the hips can just journey that tiny bit higher. Nice. Breathe in when it's there. Breathe out as you slowly start to release down to the ground. Drawing the knees in towards you, perhaps just having a little natural roll from side to side or holding the knees and creating some circles. And then let's pop the feet down to the earth. Let the knees come out wide and the soles of the feet join. So you decide here whether the soles of the feet and the heels come in towards you or further away. You're going to spend a few moments here, and then there's the option to stay here for Savasana. So that would make it more of kind of a yin position. So you'd be here for about 3 to 4 minutes. Or I'll let you know, or, whenever you wish, you could come into a different position. From here, you might lift the arms up above the head, catch hold of opposite wrists, forearms, elbows. So backs of the arms are relaxing to the earth, but it gives this real kind of full expansion of front and of side body. And that is what summer is all about. Well, we hope it's all about that. Full sunshine, flowers in full bloom. I mean, I've seen some quite nice flowers. I feel like it's a blink and miss the sunshine. And the breath now just starts to slow. So the body connecting with the earth beneath you, this realization that after our effort, our hard work, we're coming back to ground. And you may prefer the movement and a bit more fiery energy. You may be grateful and really feel the need for some of this more yin and cooling energy. The key is the combination of both. So you're more than welcome to stay here. It'll be around another 3 minutes in Savasana. The only thing I would say is to bring the arms down by the side of the body. So Savasana is about a grounding energy rather than an uplifting energy. If you prefer, gently draw the knees together, extend the legs away, or come back to knees bent. You could even roll onto the side of your body. You could be seated. So just take a couple of moments to feel out where and how you'd like to be for your resting moments. If you haven't already, an invitation to close the eyes or soften the gaze. And we're going to take 3 sighing breaths. So just moving away now from that nasal breath. That's a warming breath. We don't need it in Savasana. Take a breath in through the nose and just a nice big sigh out of the mouth. Feel the body soften to the earth. 2 more in your own time. Let go of the day. Welcome yourself into rest, into the present moment, these moments which we'll never get again. As best as you can, just enjoying them. And perhaps taking another deeper breath. So we're going to take our time to move away from Shavasana, having a little wiggle through the face. So maybe lifting and lowering the eyebrows, just checking where the jaw is in terms of the teeth clenched or the tongue pressed in the roof of the mouth. Have a wiggle of the jaw. And then nice and gently, just start to drop the head from one side to the other. So we're not forcing, just as much as you feel that it rolls. Bring it back to a center point. Start to rotate through the wrists and wiggle the fingertips. Maybe lift the fingers up towards the sky. And then bring them down to the ground. Perhaps stretching out through the legs, point the toes away, and then reach the arms back behind you, reaching the fingertips as far away as you can. So real nice full body stretch. Then drawing ourselves inwards to our little ball. You might even go to tuck the chin towards the knees, up to you. Gently rolling perhaps. And then rolling over to the side of the body. Press into the earth. Push yourself up. Maybe you're still having a little bit of a wiggle and a stretch as you come up. Take a breath in, reach the hands wide, join the palms in the sky. As you breathe out, bring it down to the heart space and just drop the chin to the chest. So feel the length through the spine, the softness through the face, the shoulders and the belly. Just taking a moment to thank yourself, your body, breath, mind. A moment to thank each other. And thank you very much for trusting me to guide you. The light and dark in me honors the light and dark within you. Namaste.